After a comfortable off day yesterday, the Phils are back at it tonight. Yeah, it's Aaron Nola's night here at Citizens Bank Park. The Aaron Nola fans are filing through the turnstiles, getting set to see him pitch against the Colorado Rockies. It's game one of a three-game series. All right, we've been talking about this stretch of games the Phillies have had against the teams outside the National League East, 25 straight. Well, the Phillies have won just 5 of those games so far. They have 9 left beginning tonight against the Rockies. They are back at it against the Brewers over the weekend, and then the St. Louis Cardinals finish up that stretch of games. Hey, everybody, I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Kruk. We'll hear from Greg Murphy in just a little bit. All right, so we face the Rockies tonight for the first time, and the Phillies won't face them again until the end of the year. Now, this is a team that started out well, but they've been struggling lately.
Yeah, they've only won 2 of their last 10 games, and that's something that the Philadelphia Phillies have to take advantage of. Look, we're not tearing it up either, but we have to take advantage of a team that comes into Citizens Bank Park struggling. I mean, look what they've done the first 56 games, 5 games under, or 5 games over 500. Last 10 games, like I said, 2-8. Now, they're still in the race. They're only 4 games out, but in 4th place. And this is the guy that Aaron Nola has to contend with tonight. Mike Schmidt said it, arguably the greatest third baseman's ever played, that if this kid continues what he's doing, he will go down as the greatest third baseman that's ever played this game. He struggles on the road, though, a little bit as far as batting average goes, but the RBIs are the same. Home runs are close to the same. As you see here, these numbers. But look at the strikeouts. He strikes out a lot more on the road than he does at home, and it has to be a comfort level playing at home, of course, but it also means that he thinks he might have to try to generate more power, and he chases more balls out of the zone and over swings. Aaron Nola has to take advantage of an aggressiveness of Nolan Arenado, and if he does, he's going to have some success and hopefully get a Phillies another win.
It's amazing his splits are the way they are because they play so well as a team away from Coors Field. All right, so tonight it's game number 1 of this 3-game series. John Gray on the hill for the Rockies, Aaron Nola for the Phils. When we return to Citizens Bank Park, we've got lineups and first pitch. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. By Toyota, the Toyota Camry, Highlander, and RAV4 have something for everybody. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. The park is gone. Don't miss the movie event of the summer, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, in theaters now. It'll be in theaters June 22nd. Rockies of the Phils get set for game number 1 of this 3-game series. On a beautiful night for baseball, Aaron Nola just ventured into the dugout after finishing up his warm-up tosses. We're just waiting for Aaron to get to towel himself off and then head out to the mound. Cool scene out at home plate where John Wathan exchanged lineup cards with Bud Black. We say cool scene, or Dusty Wathan. We say it's cool scene because John Wathan was part of Bud Black's battery during the course of his career, and also was part of the coaching staff with the Kansas City Royals at one point. In fact, John Wathan caught Bud Black 41 times, and that is a significant amount of time for a young pitcher.
And you'd have to imagine that Dusty was probably around in the clubhouse, and that was really cool.
Let's take a look at the Rockies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet service according to speedtest.com. Well, Trevor Story's coming off an excellent series against the Diamondbacks. He was 7 for 12 with 3 home runs and 6 runs batted in. He'll be batting 5th, right behind Carlos Gonzalez and ahead of Gerardo Parra. And they will face Phillies right-hander Aaron Nola. Nola 7-2, an ERA of 2.35 as he prepares for tonight's ball game. 80 strikeouts and 84 in a third innings of work. Aaron, his last time out, went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits and 6 strikeouts against the Chicago Cubs.
Look at this. Do they want to rush up there to hit off Aaron Nola that bad?
Lemahieu, Blackmon, and Arenado all in that order. And all trying to get the timing down of Aaron Nola out in front of the dugout. It looks like they're ready to attack.
Yeah, it's like they're surrounding it. I've never seen that.
I have never seen that before. I have never seen that either.
I wonder if that'll be the next change. You can have 4 guys in the on-deck circle.
You know, it's funny. I was watching some video today on Don Drysdale. I don't know why it was on. And they showed him warming up in front of the Dodgers dugout, you know, with a mound and home plate, which is the way they used to do things. It was just kind of funny to see him do that in front of his dugout. Aaron has finished up his warm-up tosses, and we're about ready to get underway. And it will be DJ Lemahieu who is leading things off. He's a .278 hitter as the leadoff batter, and .285 overall.
Now, we talked about the last series against the Brewers, how the ball was flying out of here with the warmer weather, and it's pretty warm today, and look at the flags blowing straight out. So Aaron Nola better have that sinker slider combo working. Curveball.
Well, here's the first pitch of the night. It's a changeup. It's fastball, and it's in there 0-1. I was going to say changeup on the first pitch. 93 miles an hour.
Trust me, if anyone on the staff can do it, it'd be him.
Well, it almost looked like a 2-seamer and not a 4-seamer the way it came back. Fouled off to the right, and it's 0-2.
Did Charlie Blackmon not do well enough last year as the leadoff hitter? They had to move him to second.
213 hits last year as the leadoff batter, mostly the leadoff batter. 14 triples and a .331 batting average. Now his numbers are down, but their batting average is sort of equivalent to DJ LeMahieu. Pulled foul, and it remains 0-2. 3 straight fastballs from Nola. Rockies come in 32-33 and 4 games back in what is a real interesting race in the West, because the Diamondbacks have struggled offensively, but they still sit atop the division. Over to third base, Crawford comes charging in, bare hands, throws wide, and LeMahieu was on his way to second base, and Cesar did not make a throw. I don't think Cesar really had a grip on that baseball. And it'll be scored an infield hit and an E5. And that is the 6th error of the year for Crawford, his first over at third.
Tell you what, he made a heck of a play to barehand this ball, and that's the only chance he had to get Lemahieu. But look at this play, though. Great barehand play. And then it looked like he had the two seams. You see how that ball's spinning because he had to get underneath it, and that thing just ran right into the runner. Nothing Santana could do.
I thought for a moment they had a chance to get Lemahieu at second. Phillies are facing one of the best defensive teams in baseball. As Blackmon takes outside, it's 1-0. Phillies are not one of the better defensive teams.
Not so far. Hopefully that changes. I'm sure the pitching staff would love for it to change.
1 ball, no strikes to Blackmon, hitting .288. And he fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blackmon was 3 for 12 in the series against the Diamondbacks and 5 for 16 on this road trip. He has hit safely in 16 of his last 17 games, so he is on the uptick. Change up, and it's 1-2.
Well, he hurt us last year a lot, didn't he?
He did. His numbers have always been good against Aaron Nola and against the Phillies.
Golly, look at Altuve. Over 100, almost over 120 hits more than the next closest.
That's the remarkable part of that stat right there. I mean, just so much farther ahead of everybody else. To the right side, that'll get Lemahieu over to third. Cesar's got to hurry up, and he does. So 1 away, and here's Arenado. Time to take a look at our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. Arenado second in OPS at .956. Tied for second in go-ahead RBIs. And 5th in slugging. And 6th with runners in scoring position. That is a very high number at .353. Phillies will play the infield in.
And that's where the game has changed too. The first inning. I always thought when I was playing, if we thought about moving the infield in, it was telling me that our manager and coach don't think we can score.
Well, runs have been a commodity for the Phillies. Just a bit outside, according to Roberto Ortiz, the home plate umpire. Jeff Kellogg's at first, Quinn Walcott is at second, and James Hoy around at third. Try to tie him up, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Arenado's resume is filled with awards, including 5 consecutive Gold Gloves, 3 straight Silver Slugger awards. And the last 3 years, he has finished 8th, 5th, and 4th last year in the MVP voting. A high bouncer, gloved by Kingery, and throws to first in time. Lemahieu has to hold up at third. How about that? It was over the head of Crawford, and Kingery able to keep his eyes on it to make the play.
Well, it's smart coaching, having that infield in. If not, that's we're down 1-0. But yeah, I mean, look how far Kingery had to. I know it was a high hopper, but yeah, it was just that's a ball that DJ Lemahieu, because Kingery's moving toward him, you just automatically freeze on. And it looked like he wanted to try to go on the throw, but Scott checked him and threw to first and kept Lemahieu from getting a bigger secondary lead to try to score on that ball. Take that.
Yes, sir. Carlos Gonzalez, one of the better hitters against the Phillies during his time as a big leaguer, and he fouls that one off Alfaro.
Now, why are the Phillies wearing their? Aren't they those day game unis?
Yeah, I think part of it is an equipment issue with Rbis's helmet. They haven't gotten the red helmet in. Gabe Kapler said today, "No, I kind of like the cream uniforms."
I do too.
I do too. Just a bit outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I don't know how they're made now, but I know when we wore them for one game, or I think we did started wearing them on day games near the end of my career here. They were a lot more comfortable than the pinstripes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I'm assuming they're the same material. They were just they felt like they were a lot more comfortable.
To the right side, Cesar waits for it. He's got it, and the inning is over. So Aaron Nola is able to work around the infield hit and the error. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Rockies 0 and the Phillies coming up. Year in the first, tops in the National League. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet provider according to speedtest.net. Scott Kingery hitting in the number 5 spot. He's reached base safely in 17 of his last 19 games. And they'll face right-hander John Gray. Gray has allowed a league-high 84 hits so far this season and a .292 batting average against. This is pretty high numbers.
Right, he's hitting .293, lefty's .291. Come on, offense.
Cesar leads it off and takes high and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Cesar hitting .265, 7 home runs, 22 runs batted in. 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, there's a strike. It's 2-1. Off the hands, fouled over the head of Dusty Wathan. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Dusty. Tapper.
Just Cesar, he spreads out. It looked like he's stepping backwards. You know, and that, in the last 2 years I've been watching him hit, I've never seen him do that. And you see his front leg, how it's bent. Remember last year, earlier this year when he was going good, it was straighter, more weight on his back leg. Now it looks like he's trying to get it more evenly distributed with.
He's got the foot turned in.
Yeah, remember he used to have the lean back on that back leg?
Yeah. Now he's leaning back as the pitch comes in.
Yeah, that's. He used to start that way and then explode forward. That's why the Fighting Phils are wearing the cream and the blue and red.
Back toward the middle off the mound, waiting for it is Trevor Story, and he just barely gets Cesar. Well, you heard the tap of the glove and the tap of the bag. And one away. That's an 8-pitch at bat.
Yeah, he made a routine play really close. We need more of that from everyone.
John Gray overall 26-22 for his career. He's made 3 starts against the Phillies. 1 win, 1 loss, an earned run average of 4.58. Facing Rhys Hoskins, who's got 7 homers and 33 runs batted in, and it's 2-0. Despite the fact he has such a high earned run average, in this day and age, there are a number of statistics that people look at to see if somebody is having a good year or not, beyond the ERA, beyond the WHIP, the walks and hits per inning pitched, beyond the basic numbers that we look at. And the Rockies have talked about Gray still being in the top 20 in FIP, which is fielding independent pitching, as he delivers a ball inside.
Who fielded that one?
It looked like that one was going to be fielded on anybody, John.
I think this could be a good guy for Odubel. John Gray's more of a conventional. He's going to challenge him with fastballs. Odubel's been just timing has been horrendous lately.
Yeah, 0 for 13 in the last series.
And I would still like to see him back off the plate a little bit. That back foot's right there on that back, on that line.
Fouled that one back, and it's 0-1.
I just know the closer I moved the home plate, the quicker I thought I had to be. Where if I backed off a little bit, I thought I could see the ball a little longer.
Now, would you pick that up, or would somebody pick that up and tell you?
No, I would. After about an 0 for 15, you'd look down like, wow, I'm really close to home. No brain, no headache type deal.
It's kind of funny, though, how we pick up those habits without really knowing that we're picking up those habits. Well, he's down to the count, no balls and 2 strikes with Santana on deck.
And then when you think, you move close, or you're standing closer at home and you think you have to go faster, you get in pull mode. Like, he hasn't really hit a ball hard the other way in I don't know how long.
Outside, 1-2.
I used to see him shoot one in the gap, to that Xfinity sign to the WB Mason. Now we saw in the Brewers series how they were shifting him, and Colorado's more straight up. That's what made him so good to start the season, was he was hitting the ball at all fields, and now he's had a lot of ground balls to second, grounders to first, pop-ups. That speed of Rbis right there will draw some attention.
Rbis with 3 stolen bases.
I got to ask if that helmet slows him up any.
He says everything is comfortable with it. I don't know. Phillies as a team finally stole a base the other day with Scott Kingery having the delayed steal. That one's out toward right field. Gonzalez will glide under it. Yeah, there are 2 outs. Now that brings Carlos Santana to the plate. 1 ball and no strikes to Santana. Carlos, since the beginning of May, has driven in 26 runs. He has 37 overall. Outside, 2-0. Well, they're making him work. He's at 18 pitches right now. Still just a runner over at first base. Two and one. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. The leader of the pack at RBI since the 1st of May is actually Anthony Rizzo. He has a remarkable number, 37 RBIs and 10 home runs since the 1st of May.
Wow. But he did get off to a slow start, I think.
Yeah, he did. Power-wise. There's ball 4, and that puts runners on first and second. Let's take a look at Lowe's whole team together. We alluded to this before, where the Rockies are tied with the Diamondbacks for the best fielding percentage in the National League and the 2nd best overall in Major League Baseball. Nationals are up there, Braves as well, and the Marlins.
Yeah, and well, you got the best third baseman in the game. Charlie Blackmon's as good as you're going to find in center. And
Lemahieu at second base.
Yeah, Trevor Story's really good.
And honestly, even though he's not hitting, Ian Desmond has played a very good first base for the Rockies. All right, so now Kingery with runners on first and second.
1 mound visit for the Rockies.
Check it off.
Just in case people are keeping score.
Kingery pulls it down the left field line, just foul. And it's no balls and 1 strike. That guy played it well off the hop.
I like that, though. Scott being aggressive early. Been getting behind too many counts. How about the ball girl down there? Well, she's taken off because she didn't know if it was going to be fair or foul.
Excellent point, John.
So she wanted to get out of the way, and that's like, what would have happened with us if we interfered with a ball that was fair?
Well, I don't think anybody would notice. 0-2, a breaking ball. I have thought about that we have to be extra careful.
Yeah. So, but they'll kick us out, right?
Yes, they might try to kick us out. June 19th, we'll be down in section 138, right where near that baseball just went.
So we have a goal.
John, why are you reaching for that? No balls and 2 strikes. Outside.
Well, that's the thing. We can't point at you, because I don't think Ben and I are capable of doing what you do.
He's very entertaining. Just stay alert. Out toward left center field. That's going to split the gap, and it is gone! Just over the flower bed, a 3-run home run. And the Phillies jump out to a 3-zip lead here in the bottom half of the first inning. Well, that ball took off. That's the 3rd home run of the year for Scott Kingery. It's been a little while.
Yeah, and it's great to see. And I think this was all the first pitch of the at-bat. You know, he stepped in the batter's box aggressive, and that's what you need out of Scott Kingery. That passive, getting behind 0-2 seemingly every at-bat when he was struggling. And he got him a fastball and did not miss it. Beautiful, Scotty.
Well, the last home run was April 10th. .105.8 the exit velocity. His last home run was that grand slam. Remember that grand slam he hit? And it's got to feel good to get off on that kind of a note in this series. No balls and 2 strikes. Nick was 1 for 10 in the series against the Milwaukee Brewers. In the dirt, blocked by Tom Murphy, who was just called up by the Rockies. They'll carry 3 catchers, at least to begin this series. See where this hook winds up. On the outside corner, and Williams is down looking. So that'll wrap up the first inning, but it was a productive one for the Phils. With 2 outs, Scott Kingery launched a 3-run home run that gave the Phils a 3-0 lead. It was home run number 3, and that's a pretty good burst. It snaps a 167 at-bat homerless stretch for Scott Kingery. A missile. And the Phils take a 3-0 lead into the second. Thanks to a 3-run home run by Scott Kingery. Trevor Story will lead things off as we go to the second. And the first pitch outside. Story 14 home runs, 47 runs batted in. A changeup, and it's 1-1. That's got to be a 2-seamer. It almost has the action of a changeup.
Yeah, it's set on the thing, 91. If you can make it move, make it move.
There's a curveball that he can certainly make move.
Ooh.
Story at home, 343. On the road, 196. You do see splits like that from time to time with some of the Rocky hitters. Curveball waved at. First strikeout for Aaron Nola. And 1 away. Well, as everybody knows, Citizens Bank and the Philadelphia Phillies, along with the folks at Phil Abundance, have helped raise $40,000 or more over the last several years as part of the Fans Feeding Families program. 8 years, the Phillies and Citizens Bank have stepped up to the plate for the fight against hunger. And some of the sponsors who are part of that, and the ambassador for the Phillies, Mickey Morandini, were down on the field today before the ball game, throwing out a ceremonial first pitch. It is always a great time and a period of time as the Phillies help to raise awareness for the battle for hunger in the city of Philadelphia. And for more on that, here's Greg Murphy.
All right, well, thank you, Tom. Well, Glenn Bergman is the president and executive director of Philabundance, and he joins us now. And this is the culmination of what has been a great couple of weeks and an 8-year relationship, as Tom just mentioned, between the Phillies and Citizens Bank Park and Philabundance. And I know you're very proud of what's been able to happen over the last couple of weeks and over the last 8 years.
Well, we're very lucky. You know, it's 1 million meals. It's about $400,000 in contributions and volunteer hours, and just the amount of publicity to inform the community about the issues.
And the issues are real, and they're ongoing, and it's not just one night and you do your thing and then you forget about it. As certainly Philabundance doesn't, because this is a problem that you deal with year-round and are trying to solve. So what can folks do, you know, even after tonight?
Well, we ask folks to go to philabundance.org. If they want to volunteer, we'll be happy to help them volunteer with us or in their neighborhood with a local pantry or food drive. And also, if they want to give to being able to purchase food, we hope that they will do that also.
Yeah, and Glenn, when you talk about giving, you know, a little goes such a long way. Every dollar donated is 2 meals, and think about what that can do as you add up those dollars, right?
That's right. And between the donated food we get and the purchased food that we have, we're able to feed about 90,000 people per week in the whole Delaware Valley, including in New Jersey. And we're really humbled by the contributions that the Philadelphia Phillies, and Citizens Bank has provided for this.
Well, as we were sitting here in the bottom of the first inning, before we got to do this interview, Scott Kingery went deep, 3-run home run for the Phils. And not only is that 3 runs on the board, but that means something for you.
It's 100 pounds of food donated by Hatfield for every home run. So we're hoping that there are a couple of hundred home runs this season.
100 pounds for every home run this year. So that's remarkable. That's an awesome addition from Hatfield. The relationship that has been 8 years with the Phillies and Citizens Bank Park and Philabundance. Just how special is it as you guys look forward to really taking out this problem that's here in the greater Philadelphia area?
Well, we need relationships like this. And to be able to publicize what we do and what's going on, this relationship with the Phillies and with Citizens is just, I mean, you can't buy this. And it comes from a real community spirit that I see when we meet with the Phillies and we meet with Citizens Bank. There's a real commitment to helping this, not only here, but in other communities also.
Continued great work, Glenn. Thank you for everything that Philabundance does for this community, and we look forward to next year as well.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for everything.
All right, guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. As Desmond fouls that one back. And it remains no balls and 2 strikes to Ian Desmond. Fans Feeding Families program began. Roy and Brandy Halliday were the first ambassadors, then Ryan Sandberg. And Mickey Morandini and his wife Peg did it the last several years, and Mickey still is on board. Curveball hit foul. It remains 0-2. Check swing. He did not go, says the first base umpire, Jeff Kellogg. So that'll even up the count. I should say make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's Mickey. How did Mickey play today? Did you talk to him?
He said it was bad.
Well, at least he was honest.
Well, it's so bad that I saw him at the turn.
Yep.
And he said he's thinking about switching to left-handed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, well. Why not?
I'm assuming that means you're not playing well if you want to try something different.
Yeah. just trying to scrap the game and start over again.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen like a PGA player say, you know what, I'm playing so bad, I think I'm going to play the other way. Play right-handed or left-handed. Although Phil Mickelson can do it, right?
Yes, he can.
Natural righty, but mirrored his father's swing in the backyard.
Yeah, there's a strike 3 call. The fastball right down the chute. Nola strikes out the side, and that'll do it for the Rockies here in the 2nd inning. Nothing across. Aaron Nola got 2 swinging and 1 looking. That was the swinging first one. How about the second one? And then this one, he's got Ian Desmond to watch it go right down the chute. Jim Thome, and get him ready for his induction into the Hall of Fame with a pregame ceremony. It's the final game against the Rockies. It's a 105 first pitch. It's also the anniversary of Jim's milestone 400th career home run. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Be good to see Jim. As Jorge Alfaro will lead things off. Alfaro hitting .253, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. John, how about this? The Phillies sent this out on their Twitter account today. 5 years and 5 days ago, John Gray and Aaron Nola faced off in the Super Regional in Baton Rouge. Aaron pitching for LSU, and John pitching for Oklahoma. And Aaron threw a 2-hit shutout as LSU defeated Oklahoma in that Super
What
region.
was the score? Does it say?
It does not say, but we can definitely get that.
Be interesting if it finished 3-0.
Amazing how the paths of these guys, these young pitchers, young players, cross so often. As Alfaro strikes out, second strikeout for Gray. J.P. Crawford's coming up. J.P. 3 hits and 12 at bats since coming back. 2 of those hits have come against a left-hander. And he fouls the first pitch from the right-hander off. J.P. provides us with our Geico quote of the day. Phillies are on a pace to strike out, well, probably way too much. And he said that about talking about cutting back on strikeouts. We're not hitting well, so you have to do the little things right, and that's what's going to keep you in ball games. He goes on to say, we do strike out a lot, but that's just us. We do need to put the ball in play a lot more. I think everyone knows that, but we're not going to tell everyone that because everyone already knows that. Outside and high, 1-2.
That was kind of all over the place.
Sure was. And JP strikes out. 2 outs, 3 strikeouts.
3 in a row.
And here comes Aaron Nola. So the fewest plate appearances per strikeout. The Phillies are at a strikeout every 3.87 plate appearances.
Wow. Oh my, how the game has changed.
You're right, though. The game, I mean, it really has changed.
Yeah, and you know, I sit up here and get frustrated when I see guys not running on balls and jogging and you know, whatever. But you know, I get upset. But if they're accepting it in the dugout, and I'm not talking about just the coaching staff, manager, if the players, your teammates have accepted it, I'm done with it. I'm not going to say a word about it anymore. You know, you strike out as much as they strike out, and it just and you say, well, that's just us. Change us.
And I do think it's a trend around baseball. I mean, don't you agree?
I know. Everyone strikes out a bunch.
Yeah. Nice grab up there without spilling the crab fries. That's really cool. And a strike 3 called, so 4 straight strikeouts for Gray. He sets the side down in order.
How we doing?
We'll go to the 3rd. They're happy. They've got crab fries and a baseball.
That's what we're here for.
Time now for the Ram Truck Stuff the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. And please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, John, the question is, who holds the Major League record for most RBIs from the leadoff position? Most RBIs from the leadoff position. Answer will be revealed a little later on. John has submitted his answer, and he is correct. We'll give you the answer a little later on. Baseball fans, is it silly to ignore a pitcher in the middle of a no-hitter? What about trying to break one up by bunting? John and Greg go through all of baseball's unwritten rules on the next Truckcast. Download it now wherever you get your podcasts.
I think some people might be a little surprised at some of my you know, thoughts on the unwritten rules.
Well, I think we're in agreement that Ben was totally in right in bunting on Kurt.
I do too.
Yeah.
Your object is get on base and bring the tying run to home plate, right?
That's exactly right. Tom Murphy is the batter.
All right, here's my question.
Yeah.
If it was a guy who's like a known unbelievable bunter, would they have been upset if he did it?
I think they probably would have been. They would have reacted the same no matter who it was. I mean, they're not. You're there to get on, like you said, get on base, bring the tying run to the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Murphy. 16 home runs in 49 games at AAA. And he pops this one foul. We flash back. Ben, are you in the studio? Are you on the elliptical? Take a peek at this one. 8th inning. Ball's bunted to the right side. Beauty of a bunt. You can't get Ben Davis when he bunts like that. Perfect placement. So the tying run was at the plate because of that. And a breaking ball inside, 1-2. You think Ben ever bunted at Malvern Preparatory School for Boys?
I doubt it. That may be a fireable offense for the coach.
Curved ball hit back toward right center field. That'll be in for a base hit. Odubel cuts it off. Murphy's on his way to second. And he is there standing with a leadoff double. Well, that's his first hit of the year in the big leagues.
Tell you what, he has a nice swing. I mean, that's not a, that's a poor breaking ball by Aaron, but still, the thing I like about it is it stayed in, but he was trying to do all he could to stay inside that ball and not get out ahead of it, and that's why he hit it to right field.
Well, that's his 5th career double. And now John Gray is up. Gray has 3 sacrifices this year, and he takes strike 1. Taking a peek down at Stu Cole in the third base coach's box. Close pitch. Curveball. That was nasty.
The buckler.
Yeah, he was a bit wobbly on this one.
Watch how many directions John Gray bat move. Up, down, in, out. Nothing but air.
Going to try it again with the count 1-2. And he bunts it foul. So another strikeout. 4 strikeouts for Nola. And DJ Lemahieu will be coming up.
A lot of spin on that one, and that was I think that was an easier one to bunt. Kind of stayed up a little bit, but when you get locked up like he did the one before, good thoughts can't be going through his head for the next pitch.
Up. Yeah. All right, Lemahieu reached on a swinging bunt his first time up the third base line. And a curveball hit off the end of the bat towards shortstop. Kingery will throw over to first. And there are 2 outs. MLB At Bat is your #1 Philadelphia Phillies app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get the Phillies home screen icon and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today. Runner at third. Blackmon grounded out his first time up. And it's 0-1.
I think Charlie Blackmon, if he got traded to another team that didn't have black, he would look different in their colors, you know, as part of their color scheme.
Because he's got so much black on.
Well, you know, the beard, all you can see really is his nose and his eyes.
That's a lot of eye black.
It is a lot of eye black, but, you know, with the black gloves, the black tape on the wrist.
Well, if he's traded to, let's say, the Yankees or the Marlins,
he's
he'll have
locked
to trim
in.
up.
He's well,
you trim up the beard.
Is that a rule now?
I think it is. The Yankees.
I know the
definitely
Yankees
is.
have had it forever, but
I think Jeter's taking it down to Miami. That guy's going for the Charlie Blackmon look. Hair's a little shorter. Beard's getting there.
it's a work in progress.
Get some eye black on that guy in a Rockies hat. You might be able to see the similarities. One ball, two strikes. And they tried to get it in on the hip. And a strike three called. 5 strikeouts for Nola. He's gotten Blackmon twice with a runner in scoring position in tonight's game. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left over at third. We head to the bottom of the third. $100,000 nest egg. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly and buy your local Chevrolet dealers. Iggy being very acrobatic out on Ashburn Alley. Cesar leads it off. Cesar grounded out his first time up. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Out of play, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies got 3 runs in the first and a 3-run home run by Scott Kingery. How about the Rockies are one of 2 teams this year that has used the same 5 starters on the mound. The Phillies had that one year where they didn't really deviate from the 5 starters. They might have used one other starter. That's hard to do, to go a whole season using your same 5. 2-2.
Yeah, especially, I hate to say this day and age, but that's, it's, I think another way baseball has evolved is the usage of the disabled list. They're more reticent to put a guy on and bring another guy up and let him get a start or 2 and then bring the other guy off the DL. So it's, I think that's, to me, it's that 10-day DL, especially used for pitchers, is you can be very smart that way in how you use that 10-day DL.
Line drive to center field. Blackmon will not be able to get to it. It drops for a hit for Cesar. The Phillies now have the leadoff batter aboard here in the 3rd. Well, the Phillies will head to Milwaukee this weekend, but it's only a 3-game series, and then they're back home next Monday when they take on the Cardinals. It's Game of Thrones night. That's a theme night ticket. And then Tuesdays at 7:05. Wednesday they wrap up the series with a 1:05 first pitch.
And then what's after that? Washington.
Phillies go to Washington.
Off day Thursday, right? We have the
off
ALS.
day Thursday. Yep, the ALS Phillies Festival.
Yeah.
3 in Washington, then home against the Yankees, the Nationals, and the Orioles. Yeah, so 2 weekend series on the road, but then right back here. Are you in Washington, or are you just in St. Louis?
I am, but we've gone a long time without playing the Braves. What's going on?
We won't play them again until September.
I know, but that's
got it out of the way, John.
Yeah, but I mean, we should play them next series just for the heck of it.
Just to keep in rhythm with them.
Yeah, just keep up with their personnel.
Toss over to first, and Hernandez is back. Braves are playing the Mets right now. They're in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That game is scoreless. Meanwhile, the Nationals trail the Yankees 2-0 in the home 3rd. That game is up at Yankee Stadium. Tanner Roark against CC Sabathia. Outside, 2-0.
It'd be good to see Aaron Boone when the Yankees come to town.
Let's hope they're a little cooler than they've been. Although Sanchez is struggling a little bit.
Be cooler. They're not cool.
Well, let's hope they're not hitting the way they've been
Oh,
hitting.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm all up with the modern. Oh, when you meant like
cool, like hip.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, you are life. Who said today they like that nickname for you? Is that Wheels? Wheels like that nickname for you.
Well, if Wheels likes it, then let's just stick with it. Our condo's almost ready.
Is it? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
That one's pulled down the left field line. Foul.
Yeah. Ours, you and I, Murph. Yeah, Wheels doesn't know yet, but we're living there in the spring.
He says that we have to join the long list, but we should be at the head of that list.
I played golf with Wheels today.
And you dressed exactly the same.
We did. We dressed the same, but I also told him that we would be coming down for an extended stay.
We're coming down for the ribbon cutting.
He should have a ribbon cutting.
Yeah, I can't wait till he has his first barbecue. Murph and Wheels, we had an outing today with some of our suite holders, which was a great time. It was obviously a beautiful day to play golf. It's nice to see everybody. Wheels was there. Sarge was there. Sarge, who would have also bunted on Kurt Schilling like Ben did.
And Tom, you're right. Wheels and I did dress exactly the same.
Yes, you did.
And I accidentally left with his jacket and mine. So.
No, you didn't. Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you're nothing short of a disaster.
But I'm your disaster, John. So.
And I love you to death, Mark.
Thanks, buddy.
You so like that Phillies blue pullover that you wanted a second one.
Now I have 2 of them. Yeah.
You know what you should do? Bring it in and we'll put it on the Wheels flathead.
Either that or you can send it to him for Christmas.
That's it.
Ball 4. Second walk for Hoskins. Third walk overall for Gray. And here is Odubel. Off the hand, slowly up the first base line. The runners will move up. Odubel's tagged out. Second and third with 1 out. As Desmond makes the play.
Well, we talk about productive outs. You hate to see that on the first swing to hit a ball like that, but well, you got second and third now with only 1 out. Forces the Rockies to play the infield in. And you know why it forced them to play the infield in? Aaron Nola is as good as it gets.
Yeah, because 3-run hole against Nola is a pretty big one.
It's a big one, and they, you know, I'm sure Bud Black's thinking we can't give them 4, but a hard hit grounder right here gives them 5.
Santana takes inside 1-0. Splits have not been great for Gray so far tonight. 31 strikes, 24 balls. There you see them. Inside 2-0.
Saw Bud Black just drop his head and shake his head and walk down the steps.
That was a pretty good slider there by Gray. 55% of the time he's used his 4-seamer today, and 29% the slider, 16% the curve. In the dirt, 3-1.
Pass the torch. If he doesn't want to throw you a strike, let him walk you.
Yeah, Kingery saw him well his first time up.
Give Kingery a chance to have a huge night.
And ball 4. So that will load up the bases. 4 walks for Gray. And here comes Scott Kingery. He provided us with our giant home run replay his first time up. This is a 3-run home run.
And a great start to the first game of this series against the Rockies. Got a fastball from John Gray and delivered with 2 outs, a 3-run home run. And that's our giant home run replay.
And already the second visit out to the mound by Steve Foster.
They're going to get dangerously close to that 6.
At this point. Arm on shoulder. Think there'll be a pat?
Yeah.
Is he from that school?
Not quite the Mad Dog way. Not yet.
Phillies have had 30 of the 66 home runs this year that have given them the lead, just like Kingery's his first time up.
I'd like to see him be aggressive again. I know John Gray's been in and out of the zone, but you know, Scott, how many times have we seen it over the last month and a half with Scott getting behind counts early and then having to battle. Be aggressive early. You know he's going to try to throw a strike, fastball strike.
Now there it is, outside though, 1-0.
Now this is where, as a hitter, every pitch in this at bat until you get to 2 strikes, 3-0, and you're looking for a cookie. And if he throws a breaking ball for a strike, so be it. But if he throws a fastball for a strike, you got to lock it in.
Inside, 2-0.
Is that a changeup?
I think it was a slider that just didn't slide. That's a slider. It wasn't a very good one. Swing and a miss. That slider was a good one.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, look, I know how hard it is to lay off a slider. You know, righty, righty, lefty, lefty. Trust me, I've taken that swing, but that's, you got to get a fastball right there and spit on everything else.
Out towards center field. Blackmon coming in, makes the sliding grab. Cesar will score. And Scott Kingery has his 4th RBI of the night. All right, so he got the run home. And it's 4-0 Phils.
And hit it hard. That's all you can ask.
So 2 away with runners on first and second.
That was another slider that didn't have that down and away bite to it. It kind of stayed middle in, and you know, give Scott credit. That's an easy one to roll over and hit a grounder to Arenado at third base, and not many good things happen when you hit grounders to him.
Nick Williams struck out looking his first time up. Tried to check, but he went around 0-1. Well, it's turned out to be the same way he started Williams the last time. It's turned out to be the way he looks like he's going to try to start him. Nick is 1 for his last 11.
And it seems like it's been breaking ball. I know Gray struck him out with a breaking ball the first at bat. But it seems like it's been breaking ball, and then freezing with a fastball.
Heavy lifting in the first and now here in the third. Think he would do it again? Throw a fastball?
He might try to freeze him with the fastball right here.
Well, he tried to. But he missed down and in.
I tell you, just watching the approach, if that was a strike, Nick had no chance.
In the dirt, 2-2. Good play by Murphy. No relation to Greg Murphy.
No, he's not near as talented as ours, but that's a heck of a block. Well, that thing, you know, that's the thing with how wide his legs were apart when he went after that ball. If that hits his shin guard and rolls up the first baseline, you know, if Desmond's not paying attention, could you send Rbis?
Tapper back to the mound, and Gray has it. The inning is over. 1-3 on the putout. Phillies do get an additional run on the sac fly by Scott Kingery. We played 3. It's the Phillies 4 and the Rockies nothing. Military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag hats off for heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans. Top of the 4th inning, Phillies lead at 4-0. Some of the members of our military are represented here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Here is Nolan Arenado.
And thank his family too. That, you know, when
fly ball to short center field, and one away. You're right though, John. Thank the family too,
yeah,
because they, when their loved ones serve, they serve too.
Yes, they do, and that's a sacrifice that every family member of our soldiers make.
They got a good spot out there too, just above the State Farm sign, as Carlos Gonzalez will lead it off. Gonzalez has the 3rd highest active batting average against the Phillies. It just doesn't seem to change. And it was Todd Helton who passed the torch to Carlos Gonzalez. Helton always hit the Phillies well. Just see how the Phillies haven't
Ryan
played.
Braun's got to be up there, doesn't he?
Posey, Braun, and Carlos Gonzalez. 0-2. That is a nasty curveball. More curves tonight, huh, John?
Well, it's working. And, you know, especially against this team, you know, they hunt fastballs, and they're, you know, a lot of these guys are trying to leave earth with every swing. So you got to do something to keep him off your fastball. And now, you know, he can go with that fastball 2-seamer that starts at the hip and runs in now on Gonzalez.
A little high, and it's 1-2. Almost had him offer at that 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Carlos Gonzalez was one of those guys that wasn't signed until late this offseason. And he signed a $5 million contract for 1 year to stay with the Rockies. Changeup. And it's pulled foul.
Yeah, this might be a good time for that curveball down at his back foot. Threw him a fastball up 0-2, a fastball away 0-2, the two-seamer, and now the changeup. Get something running into him.
Well, it's hit foul the opposite way, and it remains 2-2. A few gloves down there in that area. I don't know if anybody caught that or not. Somebody got it. Fastball was a bit high.
Tad.
That is his first 3-ball count of the night. He has struck out 5 so far. And Trevor Story's on deck. Back toward the middle. Scott Kingery's behind the bag. And the shift had it set up perfectly. 6-3 on the putout. The Fanatic has one of these great looking hats. You can also with our special deal. Only for authentic Phillies fans. Discounted tickets, a great looking lid, and more. Just head over to Phillies.com/authentic-fan for your free hat and tickets to next Tuesday's game versus the Cards. That's the night we're out in the stands. Plenty of surprises. You might get your seat moved if you're an authentic fan. Not you, John.
Oh, shoot.
We might be able to give you a chance to come visit us down in our spot.
The first thing I've been excited about today, and you just shot it down in a second.
Moving your seat?
Yeah.
Where would you want to move?
For my safety, because I can't see or catch anymore.
Behind the net. Look out. Here we go. We could have moved you right there. Who got it? There he goes. He got it. Cubs fan.
Did he get lost on his way to Chicago?
He must have.
This had some good whirlybird going. Look at that. Huh? A little too much top hand. That's why I pulled it so much. Good carry, though. Good elevation.
And that pitch just. No, it is in there. I thought he was going to say it missed. Did he call it a strike?
He did call it a strike.
That was a little delayed, wasn't it?
Yeah, because see, Aaron's telling him now, is it 2-1, 1-2?
It's 1-2.
Whatever it is, just a little breaking ball right here will be a fun thing.
It looked like it was a strike. And ready? Boom. I think he thought better of it. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, you can be a little delayed. Just get it right.
I mean, you know, the upper deck way up there would be a good seat for me.
Yeah, we've already sat there.
Like way up there?
Oh, in the upper deck. I think meant over by Harry the Cage.
No, I'm talking about way over there.
Like Bob Uecker style?
Even farther if we can get away.
2-2 pitch to Story. And a 3-2 pitch now coming. He really does have an excellent curveball going.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, there's not many outings you go out there and everything's working.
Little folks enjoying the night at the ballpark with mom and dad.
Happy family.
School is just about out for everybody.
Ed should pick up things.
Another foul ball by Story. Your kids are done in Florida, right?
Yeah, they got done, I don't know, Friday. This past Friday. They are doing what their dad does best. They're home just marinating.
In the air conditioning?
Oh, yeah, it's a little toasty. It's been rainy. It's kind of worrisome because they say the hurricane season has moved up to. Yeah,
that's a beautiful pitch right off the knees. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. 6 strikeouts. It is an 8-pitch at bat, but we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 4-0 Phils. Mason for fast free delivery. Nobody does it better. That's a beautiful sight. The Art Museum. Just outside Center City. It's going to be a nice sunset. Man, it was a great day today.
Yeah, it was. Got a little windy though, didn't it?
It did get windy.
That's
Thankfully,
all right.
We had hats on. Just to keep the quaff from staying in one place.
Seems to be a big issue for you, huh?
Alfaro hits it to shortstop. Story's got it. He almost took his time, and Alfaro runs pretty quickly up the line, but 1 out here in the 4th. And J.P. Crawford is coming to the plate. Had a good time today playing with. I played with Frank Kopenbarger, our former traveling secretary. The Quins, Sean and Tim, and Jack Marney. As Crawford takes inside. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside. Crawford struck out looking his first time up. By the way, bobblehead tonight, Lehigh Valley. The J.P. Crawford bobblehead. His Grand Slam slide last year where he slid. Ball arrived at least 4 or 5 steps before he did, but he somehow got under the tag. That's the bobble figurine being given out at Lehigh Valley tonight.
A little combo platter, good slide, bad catching.
it was unbelievable. And he did it on purpose. Like he knew what he was doing, trying to get the inside the park home run, grand slam. And he looked like he was going and standing up. The catcher thought he was. And then all of a sudden he slid at the last minute, went right under him. And now he's got a base hit. Might have, nope, going to be cut off by Gonzalez. But he was playing him that way. So a 1-out single. And that'll bring Nola up.
Well, you think Aaron's going to be bunt, but
never know.
You don't ever know.
Aaron struck out looking his first time up. And he shows bunt, takes inside. Put it in the air, and Murphy makes the catch. So 2 outs, and now Cesar's coming up. Let's flash black. Here we go, Johnny. Here's JP. Center field. Center fielder got a little too close to the wall.
Never understand that.
JP could fly. There's Kingery, who scored ahead of him. Hoskins did as well. And here comes JP. Watch. Ready? Whoop. Element of surprise. Cesar takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Do teams work on like the correct way to tag people?
Yes, I think they do.
Really?
But sometimes it doesn't always translate onto the field.
But you see it all the time, like guys reaching for guys. Like, don't they have to eventually come to the base?
Yeah, put it down. Crawford goes, pitch is low. Ball is kicked in the left center. Crawford to third.
He might score.
Well, he could do that slide if he does.
Yeah, try it again. It's the anniversary, right?
Yeah. So stolen base, E2. Ooh.
If that throw was on the base, they might have had him, but this little pop up, get to third base. I like it though. He did it early.
Inside, 2-1. That's a good eye.
John Gray looked at the scoreboard up there and saw 3-1 and turned around and looked at the umpire like, well, wow, really?
Hit 2. Swing and a miss. Threw him something soft. That is his 5th strikeout of the night, and the Phillies leave one over at third base. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left at third. On to the 5th inning. It's the Phillies 4, the Rockies nothing. Delivered right to your desktop the same day when you order by 11:30. Pinpoint delivery by who? Who but W.B. Mason. Gerardo Parra will lead it off here in the 5th inning. Parra takes a little high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. It's a pretty close pitch. And Parra is hit. It sounded like it hit him on that elbow guard. Oh, yeah. So runner at first. Ian Desmond's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you very much. Well, I'm here with Mike Milken, who is the Prostate Cancer Foundation Chairman, and we get a chance to talk to you every year as Father's Day approaches because of the great relationship between Major League Baseball and your organization. The light blue, we all recognize it. You guys are continuing to do very important work, Mike.
Well, it's the Phillies blue, the light blue. 23 years, a 50% reduction in the death rate. 2 of the world's leading major cancer centers here in Philadelphia, University of Pennsylvania, Thomas Jefferson, that deal with men with prostate cancer, and one of the great home run hitting teams in the 23 years, the Phillies.
That's right. That's right. The whole idea, keep dad in the game. That is the tagline. That is the thought process. It is such an important message to get out there. And
what has happened? We've kept dad in the game. 1.4 million men will be spending Father's Day who were projected wouldn't. And HomeRunChallenge.org, we've raised 50 million. And the most home runs we've ever had in one game, this is my 435th game, was right here in this stadium versus the Texas Rangers.
Well, we have one so far. We're working on it. Now let's tell people about the Home Run Challenge because it began back on June the 1st and it goes through June 17th, Father's Day, and every home run. Talk about it.
That's correct. Every home run hit. Last year, more home runs were hit in June than in any month in the history. This year, a little less, but we're expecting maybe 500 home runs. So if you pledge $1, that's $500, $10, $5,000. 100% all goes for prostate cancer research. And I wanted to squelch a rumor that started here in Philly.
Uh-oh, go ahead.
That Joe Torre, because he had prostate cancer, tightened the ball, and that's why there were so many home runs. That is not a true story.
I never even heard that rumor, so good. Squelched. It's not that did not happen. The relationship between Major League Baseball and the PCF is so important, not only for awareness, but because the guys down on the field, the men and women in the front office, they believe in what you guys are doing. And that's so important.
Well, 1 in 2 men get cancer, so it's not a small group. And today, 1 in 9 men get prostate cancer, and that teamwork, the Phillies, Major League Baseball, etc., has changed it. The month that most men get that simple blood test is the month of July, right after Father's Day. And if you're ever getting your cholesterol checked, just remind them, please check my PSA. And what we've learned from genetics is if anyone in your family's had ovarian cancer, breast cancer, or prostate cancer, you should get checked by the time you're 40. Or if you're an African-American man, by the time you're 40. Otherwise, no later than 50.
Well, Mike, it bears repeating again. You mentioned it earlier, but since 1993, the death rate for prostate cancer is down 50%, and that's a lot due to the great work that you guys are doing in conjunction with Major League Baseball.
And the 50 million we've made from home runs at the HomeRunChallenge.org and the fantastic Philadelphia Phillies, where my kids went to school, I went to school, my wife went to school, and I can sit here and look at downtown Philly. Where else can you get such a beautiful view of a city? Come out to this ballpark.
Look at this. That's a perfect way to say it. Well, Mike, it's always great to talk to you. We get a chance to talk to you once a year. Always great to talk to you, and continued success with what you guys are doing, and to get that rate down even lower by next year.
And go Phillies. Some people thought they were hitting above their weight, but we're counting on them to finish the season strong, just like the football team and the basketball team.
That's right. We got something going here. We do. Mike, good to see you. Guys?
All right, Murph, thank you very much. Mentioned Joe Torre. Joe Torre's been a huge proponent of keeping the dad in the game. Parr is at second base after being hit by a pitch and then stole a base. Seems to be a little heated that he got hit by that pitch still.
Well, it's never a fun thing.
Murphy fouls it. It remains 1-2.
I don't. Was he mad or was he just messing around with Santana? And
well, that I don't know. Maybe he was just messing around with Santana.
I mean, it's a 4-0 game. Aaron's given up 2 hits. Why would he want to hit someone?
Yeah. Out to right field, Nick Williams. He's trying to get to a spot and does. And Parra goes to third. So 2 outs. And John Gray is coming up. Wondered if they would hit for John Gray, but they do have somebody warming up.
Yeah, I'm surprised. 5th inning. Sure you'd like to. It looked like, you know, after the first inning he's kind of settled in a little bit. Still a little wild, but you know, if they're going to contend, they're going to need this guy to figure it out.
Oh yeah. But Black's now been managing for quite some time. First with the Padres, now with these Rockies.
I think John Gray's picking up that breaking ball too well.
No. Maybe throw it a little farther off the plate. Outside, 1-2. And a fastball just missed.
Wow.
Pretty close. Rick Kranitz yelling at a boy. Take a look at pitch cast presented by P.J. Willahans. Just off the mark.
Tell you what, that John Gray got a good eye up there.
Yeah, he does. Got him. A breaking ball and a good one. 7 strikeouts for Nola. No runs and no hits. A man left over at third base. It's the third guy the Rockies have left at third as we head to the bottom of the 5th. job. Well, the Phillies minor league players of the week, the honors have been given out. Cole Irvin was the International League pitcher of the week. He continues to throw the baseball exceptionally well. Ranger Suarez had another good week. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. And Julien Ortiz for Lakewood, 6 games, .435 batting average, and 2 home runs. By the way, Lehigh Valley defeated Buffalo in game 1 of their doubleheader. Eniel De Los Santos, 7 strikeouts, 7 innings. His ERA is down to 1.47. That was the final in game 1. It's 4-0 Phillies as Rhys Hoskins leads things off. We go back to the first inning for a Toyota turning point. Nola getting out of trouble.
Yeah, runner on third, less than 2 outs. You think Nolan Arenado would be able to bring that run in. Good play by Kingery to freeze Lemahieu, and then a little rollover grounder to Cesar for an easy 4-3. Arenado gets out of that first inning unscathed, and that's our Toyota turning point of the game.
All right, so Rhys leads it off. He's walked twice, scored a run. Curveball, it's 0-1. Ball and 2 strikes to Hoskins.
So when's the red one come in, the red helmet?
Hopefully in the next day or so. They weren't sure if it would work. You know what I mean? They weren't sure if it would be effective. And Rbis has no issues with it. He's down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Gray. And Odubel's coming up. Odubel's 0 for 2. He has flied out and he's grounded out. And it's 0-1. Phillies try to get to 4 games over the 500 mark.
You think Odubel thought that there was going to be some retribution there after Parra got hit?
What, do you think he flinched a little bit?
Well, I mean, he doesn't often. Oh, man, that got him.
Got the home plate umpire Roberto Ortiz. That's going to smart a little bit.
Yeah, you're just trying to grab anything, try to get some feeling in that arm. Looked like he hit right in the bicep.
Scott Sheridan, the Phillies athletic trainer, comes out. Jeff Kellogg's coming down just to take a peek at it.
Did that get him in the forearm?
I think, yeah, it looked like that. I wonder if it got him in the nerve a little bit, like, you know, almost stung, like the funny bone feeling.
Well, it's a good thing all the umpires got around there to make sure that he can continue
looking after their partners.
See where it catches him. It was a changeup that just got buried. I think I caught him. I think I Did it hit him in the funny bone?
I think that it may have hit him in the funny bone. Odubel takes inside 2-1. Out to right field. Gonzalez will give this a look, and it'll be back into the seats. And now 2-2. Hey, by the way, there are a couple fireworks shows that are scheduled for later on against the Washington Nationals, the 29th and 30th of June. First game is at 7:05. Second game is at 6:05. Go to Phillies.com to get your tickets now. Swing and a miss. A changeup. 7 strikeouts for Gray. There are 2 outs. And Carlos Santana is coming up. He also has walked twice tonight.
See if we can't go another inning with not putting the ball in play.
Well, the walks have certainly been helpful tonight, John.
Yeah.
Phillies have walked 4 times.
What, 3 of them? Have 3 of them come around? No, Cesar scored after he got a single, but they helped set it up to get him to third.
Yep.
For the sac fly. And
2 have scored, though.
yeah, Rbis and Carlos scored on Kingery's home run. 3-run homer. Like, you think of pitchers would say, you know what, why don't I just throw fastballs? Because they're going to take.
It's not a bad idea.
You know, just
you're going to try to run some deep counts is what you're saying.
yeah. Which to me is, well, there we go.
Struck out the side for the second time tonight. He has 8 strikeouts. He's been kind of a Jekyll and Hyde pitcher this evening. 5 in the books. We'll head to the 6th inning. Phillies up 4-0. Signed as a 16-year-old from the Dominican Republic. Nearly 7 years later, Sir Anthony Dominguez is taking the mound as one of the most confident relief pitchers in all of baseball. For the first 11 appearances since his debut on May 7th, the right-hander threw 13 2/3 innings, allowing 2 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, while striking out 15 of the 43 batters he faced. He can bring it in the high 90s. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. There's the Bull, Greg Lozinski, out of Bull's Barbecue, which is located down in left field beyond the Harry Callis statue. What's up, Bull?
Had a nice.
Come to Bulls, he said.
Had a nice conversation with Bull this afternoon.
Yeah, how's he doing?
He's doing good. You know, he's concerned with all the strikeouts and the, you know. The inconsistencies of this team offensively. Tell you what, this guy on the mound though makes you look like a really, really good team.
He sure does. How about this though? You know, Bull 1 year led the National League in strikeouts with 140. Now it's between 190 and 220 that usually leads the league.
140 is now like your little middle infielders.
I will say though, for the most part, you know, he didn't strike out as much as many power hitters, quote unquote power hitters, usually do.
How many home runs did he hit that year?
39. Yeah, so there was production. 309 batting average.
Yeah. I mean.
And 130 RBIs.
And his on base was
394.
And that was probably a year he finished second in the MVP balloting, I would imagine.
Yes, that is the year. But I think it's interesting, though, looking at the league leader. And I'm not pointing it out that he led the league because I want to say, well, he struck out that many times. I'm saying that 140 is a low number. Boy, he had such a good career. 307 home runs, just under 2,000, just under 1,800 hits. Career on base percentage of .363. You know, the year before he retired, he had 32 home runs. If his knees just weren't given out, he probably would have been able to play a few more years as a DH.
I just wish he was still golfing. He doesn't golf anymore. In the winters, he can't get together and play golf.
He would have enjoyed himself out there today.
Yeah, we do go, you know, we get together for dinners and stuff like that.
1 ball and 1 strike to Blackmon. And he foul tips 1-2.
He takes me shopping, you know.
You take him to your cheesesteaks places?
I did. Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, he did. He actually had the pork with the peppers, the hot pepper, long hot. Said it was delicious, which very nice. And you know him. If he didn't like it, he'd tell you. So that's what I said. We must have something right here.
Swing and miss. What a curve that was. 8 strikeouts for Nola. He's gotten Charlie Blackmon twice. That usually tells you how good you've been.
Man, that's nasty. I mean, watch his pitch where it starts. It starts right about Charlie Blackmon, just above his belt, and then looks where it ends up. Just at the top of the knee, with a right to left break, downward too.
See the comparison between the two pitchers. 4 walks for Gray, none for Aaron Nola. And Arenado's coming up.
I tell you, I know they came in, they've lost, 8 of their last 10, but they're still a good offensive team.
No question.
I mean, it's just, he's making it look like, not easy, but I mean, he's making it look like it just like a spring training, get loose, throw it to the catcher's glove and have at it. But that man knows how to pitch. And if we don't see him in Washington this year at the All-Star game, there's something wrong with this game.
Similar pitch, this time called a strike, and it's 2-1.
Now 90 pitches, though. How many more innings does he have? Probably 1 more after this one,
I would think. He's on pace for a 200 inning season. Nola's earned run average is 7th best in all of baseball. And he's been efficient here tonight. He's allowed 2 hits. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Arenado. Hit back towards second base. Cesar is up with it. And the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 inning for Aaron Nola. He threw 13 pitches in the inning. We have completed 5.5. We'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Scott Kingery will lead it off with the Phils up 4-0. Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Lowell John Kruk and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy. We move on to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Scott Kingery, Nick Williams, and Jorge Alfaro to lead things off. Aaron Nola's been doing this from time to time tonight, cleaning off his spikes, getting the mud out. He is shy of 100 pitches as he wrapped up the 6th inning. So he'll go out there and pitch the 7th. As Kingery, who has tied his career high in RBIs with 4 tonight, takes a pitch inside. One ball and 1 strike.
I still like it, even though he swung at a bad pitch here with on a 1-0 count. I still like the fact that he's being aggressive. He's not waiting to get behind in the count.
Try to check on that pitch. It looked like he did, and now it's 2-1. By the way, the Phillies introduced their #1 draft pick today, Alec Boehm. He got a chance to take batting practice earlier today. Hit a couple balls out of the ballpark. Showed good power the opposite way. To the left side. Arenado.
Dadgum.
Woo. I wonder what the velocity was. Here's Boehm. Getting a chance to meet Gabe Kapler for the first time. Gabe said he had a nice chat with him about approach. Rob Halladay introduced him to Carlos Santana. J.P. Crawford as well. Johnny Almaraz, who was the Phillies scouting director, watched him take BP. I'm sure it was a great thrill. I mean, just to be out there in uniform. Bob Stumpo.
Times have changed. Yes, Scott Rowan, how he liked his first day.
Yeah, he wasn't embraced by everybody.
Especially our third baseman.
That's what I mean. Who we had on the other day and who is a sweetheart. But
I talked to Scott about it.
Was very protective of third base.
He said, he walked in the clubhouse and he said, here's you and Dutch and Boa and Fregosi playing cards. you know, yelling and screaming at each other. Language was salty. And he said, I go out and try to take grounders. And the third baseman said, get out, not now. Different times.
Dave was embracing back then. Swing and a miss, and Williams strikes out. 9 strikeouts for Gray. 2 outs, and it's time now for the Ram Trucks Stump the Fan trivia quiz answer. John, who holds the major league record for most RBIs from the leadoff position?
That would be last year, I believe, Charlie Blackmon.
Charlie Blackmon is correct. He broke Darren Erstad's previous mark of 100, set in 2000. He had 103 RBIs last year.
Was that the year the Angels won the World Series?
2000.
Erstad led off.
Yeah, 2002. They won the World Series. Alfaro takes a strike, 0-2. That was a good offensive team, boy.
Troy Gloss, Tim Salmon, Scott Spezio.
He had 73 RBIs that year. Whoop, look out. Alfaro's down on strikes. His bat goes flying into the stands. And there's a battle for it. And it looks like hopefully everybody's okay. It hit that young lady in the side. She said she's okay. So 10 strikeouts for Gray. He has struck out 6 in the last 2 1/3. We'll go to the 7th. 4-0 Phils. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. The Phillies scored 3 in the first on a home run by Scott Kingery, 1 in the third on a sac fly by Scotty. And the rest has been left up to Aaron Nola, who has 8 strikeouts and just 2 hits allowed over 6 innings. He'll begin the 7th. John Gray, by the way, has struck out 10. It's the 11th time in his career he has struck out at least 10 in a game. And Carlos Gonzalez will start off the 7th for the Rockies, and he takes a healthy hack, and it's 0-1.
It seems to be our magic number every game, doesn't it? 10.
Yeah, it's the 34th time this year the Phillies have reached double digits in strikeouts. But they've been productive tonight. Oh, 0-2. just got a piece of it. Boy, he jumped at that breaking ball.
Been happening a lot with these Rockies hitters. That's how good it's been. I hate low-scoring games, but I could watch Aaron Nola pitch.
I would agree with that
every day.
Yep. At 1-2.
I don't think he's thrown him one fastball this at bat. I think it's been breaking ball, change up.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Breaking ball, change up. Now, do you think you can freeze him in? 1-2. That two-seamer. He stands off the plate though, so it might be a little more difficult, but looks like he wants to do it.
Outside, 2-2, outside and high. Phillies will start bullpen action. Adebayo Ramos will start to throw. Just a bit outside. Close.
Well, might as well hook him.
Pitch gas presented by PJ Willahans, and right at the top of the zone. He did hook him, and he hooked it foul. A reminder that the Yankees are coming to town Monday, June 25th to start a 3-game series. All 3 games are at 7:05. Get tickets by going to Phillies.com.
2 Goliaths in the lineup. That'll be interesting to see.
Changeup. When all else fails. 9 strikeouts for Aaron Nola. And with 1 out, it brings Trevor Story up. That is filthy.
Just the spin he puts on that pitch to get it to run away from those left-handed hitters.
Of tonight, 34% fastball, 4-seam, 30% curve, and 17% changeup. So he is, I mean, our eyes are not deceiving us. He is dominating with that curveball tonight. Over to third base, off the glove of J.P. Crawford. And Story is aboard. And that is just the 3rd hit for the Rockies.
Yeah, good effort by JP. Playing up in the grass.
Story is back ahead of the tag.
I wonder if this is throw over to give Ramos a little more time.
Got 102 pitches. Pulled to the right side, a base hit. That'll send Story over to third. So Parra is aboard, first and third with 1 out. And And Ian Desmond is coming up. Desmond tonight has gone down looking on strikes and lined out.
That's the beauty of being a left-handed hitter.
Well,
That hole's open.
What did Mike say the other day?
That's why there's been more lefty batting titles than righties. Or one of the reasons. I just always thought we were just better hitters. Well, here's, try to get the double play. If not, limit the damage. Give them one, that's fine.
Desmond lays off.
Here's where you might be able to use the aggressiveness of Ian Desmond, who's struggling this year offensively. He wants to try to do something to get himself jump-started and get the team jump-started with the little rut that they've been in. And he might be able to get him to chase out of the zone and get a ground ball that left side, maybe turn two.
He takes a close pitch inside. It's 2-0.
You like that 2-0. Challenge it. Fastball challenge. You know what? If you hit a home run, you hit a home run. We're still winning. And the last thing I want to do is to walk you.
Yeah.
A grounder 5-4-3 right here.
Beautiful. Noah's thrown 106 pitches so far tonight. We mentioned his splits. He has 10 swinging strikes as he throws over one more time. His average fastball tonight is at 93 miles per hour. And he's maxed out just a hair under 95. He has struck out 9. He's allowed 4 hits. And now try to get Ian Desmond with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Challenged him like John mentioned.
Wow. I mean, that's 2-0-2-1 fastballs to a guy who can hit a fastball.
Now would you get back with the curveball?
Yeah, I mean, that's been the pitch, right?
It sure has. 23 curveballs tonight, 7 swinging strikes, 5 called strikes. And the 2-2 pitch coming to Desmond. And a fastball at the knees, a strike 3 call. 10 strikeouts for Nola. It's the 5th time in his career he's reached 10 strikeouts. I think you just surprised him, honestly.
That's why Aaron Nola, if I had to face him, would give me fits, because, his breaking ball has been so good. And he just got behind 2-0 and threw 3 fastballs to strike out Desmond with the runner on third, less than 2 outs.
Well, that'll be it for Aaron Nola. A double switch is being made. Gabe Kapler coming out to the home plate umpire. Adebray Ramos is going to come into the ball game. So we've got a pitching change. The night is complete for Nola. He'll get a nice round of applause. We'll be back right after this. for Nola tonight.
Yeah, just every pitch was just on point tonight. Worked well with Jorge Alfaro behind the plate, but the breaking ball was featured in most of these strikeouts that he had. And then when they started looking for the curveball, all of a sudden that fastball came about. Got some looking, and there's a great ovation, which he richly deserved after that great performance tonight.
Yeah, he was great. I mean, it was a fantastic pinpoint command tonight for Nola. So now Ramos gives up a broken bat single to center field. That'll score the first run for the Rockies as Story crosses the plate. Fans are not happy that Nola was lifted from this game. He had thrown 108 pitches. He was 5 away from his career high. Got a heavy workload. And now Ryan McMahon will pinch hit for the pitcher. So Murphy gets the RBI single to center field. Murphy's now 2 for 3, by the way, in this ball game. And McMahon takes a pitch low, and it's 1-0. McMahon hitting .202 with 5 RBIs. Swing and a miss. He overpowered him with 94. McMahon is a former second-round pick by the Rockies in 2013. There's Tommy Hunter loosening up. And a visit to the mound, so check that one off for the Phils. McMahon appeared in 17 games last year and hit a .158. Two. Swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back sliders. 11 strikeouts tonight for Phillies pitching. Well, a run scores on the single by Tom Murphy. Aaron Nola's line is complete. Phillies bullpen will try to take it the rest of the way as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Races. Go to Phillies.com and order your tickets. It's for kids 14 and under. They're invited onto the field. Well, both starters are now out of the game. John Gray goes 6 innings, allows 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 4, struck out 10. Chris Russin will take over. Nola tonight had 16 swinging strikes and 25 foul balls. There's Tommy Hunter. He had been warming up. J.P. Crawford will lead it off, and he takes a strike. 0-1 here in the home 7th inning. Phillies bullpen needs 6 outs with a 3-run lead. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You don't think Ramos will come out for the 8th?
Well, I mean, they made the double switch. There's no other reason to make the double switch if he's not going to come out. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, Jim Gott's going over. I'm sure he's going over who's coming up the next inning.
Maybe they'll have Ramos start the inning. With Lemahieu. And then maybe bring Tommy Hunter in to face Blackmon. I don't know. Check swing. Crawford went. So he strikes out. 11 strikeouts tonight for the Phils. 11 for the Rockies. And now Aaron Altair.
So Tommy Hunter's better against lefties than Ramos, or they feel with this cutter. But if Lemahieu doesn't get on,
yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. Honestly, it's a good point. Nice play by Arenado. Ooh, boy. Two outs, and here's Cesar. Cesar tonight is 1 for 3. Pulls that one toward third. Diving stop. Arenado. He is a highlight reel. That's back-to-back plays. I'm not sure which one was harder, because the one he made to retire Altair was not as easy as he made it look. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. I mean, these are just great reactions by Arenado. And then the ability to pop up and then zip the throw across the diamond. We'll go to the 8th. Brought to you by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. Well, our question's been answered as we go to the top of the 8th inning with the Phillies up 4-1. Question cannot be answered on your phones, just with your eyes. Tommy Hunter is indeed in.
Well, I'm not sure the question's been answered.
Well, we weren't sure when he was coming in. I'm not saying all of the questions have been answered. Lemahieu is 1 for 3. I would imagine first sign of any issues, you will see Sir Anthony get up.
Someone's up now. Who's that, Luis?
Yes. 0-2. Some nice movement by Tommy Hunter on those first couple pitches. Oh, Mark, we just saw you drop that baseball. And now the 0-2. Ground ball softly to shortstop. Kingery charges. Easy throw. Johnny, time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. Phillies were looking for another run.
Yeah, Scotty hit that ball right on the screws, and Charlie Blackmon, I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. Give Scotty credit for a sac fly, but that could have been a lot bigger inning if Blackmon doesn't come up with that play. And that's our Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. I'm sure the 2 plays Arenado made last inning, we can throw those in there with our Hyundai friends from Hyundai.
You're doing a little editorial.
Well, Schmitty does it. I figured I'd follow his lead. You know, follow the veterans around.
That's right. Blackmon tonight is 0 for 3. He struck out twice.
You could probably say that about everyone in the game. Right, he struck out twice tonight.
Yeah, there's a good amount of folks that have. Four of the 9 for the Rockies have.
Dare we look at the Phillies?
Probably the same amount or close to it.
Nick, Alfaro,
JP,
Crawford.
Yeah, that's it.
So we're doing a lot better than them.
0-2 is fouled away by Blackmon. Every time a Phillies pitcher reaches 95 miles an hour or more, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Upstairs. Line drive just over Santana's glove and down to the right field corner. Blackmon on his way to second base, and he'll stop there. A 1-out double. That's his 8th of the year. And Arenado's coming up with a runner at second.
Didn't think we'd get him 3 times.
Almost did.
Yeah.
Almost did.
Tell you what, as loose as Carlos's glove has been lately, that he catches that in the web, it could have went through. That ball was scalded.
Arenado is 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and flied out.
Isn't that kind of scary too, that you kept him at 0 for 3?
Yeah, a little bit.
But hey, you can't tie it.
Rockies are 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position tonight. Let's keep that trend going. Outside 2-0.
So whenever he becomes a free agent, what do you figure he'll get?
He's going to get a lot of money.
So there'll be a few zeros.
Sometimes you look at certain guys and you say that team cannot afford to let him go.
Yeah, you'd hate to see it. You'd love to see them keep him and Blackmon, Lemahieu.
2-2.
But, you know, he'd look good in Philly's red, white, and blue, wouldn't he? Hint, hint.
He looked good in anybody's uniform, but yeah, just watching him play is at third base defensively is a great night. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball left field, not deep, playable for Hoskins toward the line. And he makes the catch for the second out. Be nice to get this game over with without having to deal with Arenado.
Yeah, I don't think he's real happy with himself after that at bat.
Well, that bat's going to take a beating, I think, where the bench is.
Yeah, that's that could end up with the way of Lorenzo Cain with some chunks out of it.
All right, now it's Carlos Gonzalez who is 0 for 3. Inside. By the way, Ozzie Albies has just hit a grand slam for the Atlanta Braves. And the lead over the Mets is now 7-2 in the home 6th inning. The Yankees lead the Nationals 3-0. That game's in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 96 on that. Two-seam fastball by Tommy Hunter. Boy, that had some heavy movement down.
Woo.
Fouled away. Lays off 2-2. Almost got him to bite on that curveball. Swing and a miss. He got him 98 on that heater from Tommy Hunter, and he works a scoreless 8th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. Look at this, going upstairs. Woo. And away from Gonzalez. We move to the bottom of the 8th. Phil's up 4-1. Fans who purchase tickets through the Theme Nights page will receive a limited edition Philly Fanatic Game of Thrones bobblehead. Visit Phillies.com/theme nights to get your tickets now. Bottom of the 8th inning, it's 4-1 Phillies as Brian Shaw will take over for the Rockies. And Rhys Hoskins fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. See what Shaw has done this year. You know, the Rockies have spent a lot of money on their bullpen.
I mean, there's a number right there. 32 innings, 44 hits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wade Davis is their closer. He scuffled somewhat. Ottavino, they seem to miss him. Although Wade Davis still leads the league in saves with 20. Foul ball.
Well, in today's game, if you want to contend, you better have a bullpen.
Yes, sir.
And a deep one. But we've seen it with the Phillies, but we've seen it with pretty much every team. You're going to have more than one come in on a daily basis.
Ground ball over to third.
That never ends well for the offensive player.
And one out. There's Wade Davis over from the Cubs. And now Odubel Herrera. Odubel 0 for 3. And a swing and a miss on a breaking ball, and it's 0-1. It is Luis Garcia who is warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. Victor Arano is starting to throw too.
Victor's starting to throw. You just run in front of Luis to try to cause a distraction.
Well, maybe that's what it was. I thought he had his glove in his hand. We lose the yeah, there's Victor. Swing and a miss. It gets by the catcher, Murphy. And Odubel is safe at first. That pitch was so far inside. I think Odubel was just swinging. I think he was guessing a specific pitch.
He was, if it moved forward, he was hacking at it. I mean, he's lost right now. I mean, I know we've seen him go through these funks before where, you know, he'll go up there and just basically swing at everything. But I mean, this is about as bad as I've ever seen him.
Yeah, he does go through this. You're right, John. I mean, if you take a look at his past few years, stretches, last year was to start the season, and then he ended well. Maybe that, you know, that, remember when he ended that on base streak, swinging a wild pitch on a strikeout. I mean, he's 0 for his last 20. Ooh. Maybe this will cue him back the next time he's up. You're right, though. 0 for 20. It's a long stretch.
Yeah, it is for someone as talented as him.
Little floater out toward second base. Arenado's there to make the catch. 2 outs. And here comes Scott Kingery, who is 1 for 2. He has driven in all 4 runs for the Phillies tonight. With a real short lead over at first base.
Yeah, secondary lead of none. You know, if Kingery hits one in the gap right here, you got to give Dusty Watson every opportunity to score you. But you know, it starts with a lead, good lead, and a good secondary lead.
8 feet off. Now 9. Back to 8.
And then
surprising that with his speed, that he is not farther off or doesn't get just a better secondary lead. And Gabe's looking over there. It is a right-hander. I mean, I can't imagine he wouldn't be able to read the pickoff move. Well, he almost got caught. He almost got caught. That's just because he was looking somewhere else.
Well, that's why. I have no idea.
A little more aggressive lead. Odubel goes. Pitches inside. Throw to second base is not in time. I mean, he took a good lead there.
Took a
great jump.
But that's the thing. Shouldn't that be a red flag to the Colorado Rockies? He's been standing 8 feet from the base, straight up, and now he gets about a 10 or 12-foot lead in the crouch. And you got to think, all right, he's probably going to run. What the heck? There's a lot going on right there.
Well, he's got himself in scoring position now. 3 balls and 1 strike. Outside ball 4. Valentin is coming up now as a pinch hitter.
Look, everyone who's ever played this game has been in a slump and been in a funk like Odubel is. But I can guarantee you this, no matter if we played against someone in a slump, we could have cared less you were in a slump. And, your teammates feel for you. We feel for him. We want him to get hits and do well. But, no one's going to feel sorry for you. This is something you got to battle out of. But, again, he stole a base. But, this is when okay, what else can I do? If I'm not getting hits, can I get on base? Can I do something defensively? Can I make something happen? And that's where he has to be right now.
Can you steal a bag when you get on base?
That's right.
Foul ball, and it's 1-1.
But he cares.
No doubt.
This is upsetting him. That he's not performing like he's capable. But, you give off, because we know him. We've been around him long enough to know that he cares. But, like, if you're a fan and you're watching his lead in the secondary, the first thing you're going to think, he don't care no more. And that's not the case.
It's not the case,
but
right.
That's what he's giving off to everyone that watches the games.
Valentin to center field. That's it for a base hit. Odubel's around third, heading for home. Blackmon's throw is cut off. A run scores, and now Kingery is going to be tagged out, and the inning is over. But the Phillies do get an extra insurance run. on the RBI single for Jesmuel Valentin, who's now hit in 3 consecutive games, and it's 5-1 in favor of the Phils. On to the 9th inning with a 4-run lead. For Phillies postgame live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance. They'll talk about Aaron Nola because he is so worth talking about tonight. 6 2/3, 10 strikeouts, and also talk about Scott Kingery picking up 4 RBIs in tonight's ball game. Again, that's coming up on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live. All right, so Luis Garcia is on. It is a non-save situation as he takes over for Tommy Hunter. And it'll be Trevor Story to lead things off. Nationals have lost tonight. Atlanta leads the Mets 8-2 in the 7th inning. And a slider for strike 1. Last outing, Luis, before the home run that he gave up, slider was really good. I mean, it was moving.
Yeah, and the home run, you know, that was what Choi just reached out and. I mean, honest to goodness, look, well, there's a base hit to start the inning by Story, but I mean, it looked like he was just trying to foul it off, and next thing you know, it's a grand slam.
He has since been demoted and then traded. G-Man Choi. He is on his way to Tampa.
Maybe they saw something in that at bat.
Parra has been on base twice. He's been hit by a pitch and he is singled. Struck out his first time up. Back to the Hall of Fame club. And it's 0-1.
Taking the bunt away from Parra at third base. Crawford in on the grass. We need base runners, Tom. They need base runners. .99 from Garcia.
opposite way. Hoskins over toward the line, and it's out of play, or it's in foul territory, out of play. He made an attempt at it.
Just stick it in the glove.
Yeah.
Why throw it to him?
Thank you, Rbis.
Waiting for that carom off the thing. You see him turn his head. Didn't want that thing hitting him in the jaw.
Yeah, we talked to him about that, about those plays in the outfield that could just randomly come up. And Rbis said there's not much he can do about it. He said he knows that if he has to slide, he's going to try to slide feet first. He said, but muscle memory kind of tells you to do the other thing, slide head first.
Yeah, it's so easy to tell yourself the safest way to go is this way, but
he's been doing it for so long.
The competitor in you says, I have to catch this ball no matter what.
Right. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Parra. And a base hit to right field. Story will go to second base, so first and second now with nobody out. And Ian Desmond will be the batter.
I tell you, strikeout, wild pitch, and a big 2-out hit by Valentin, and that run might be bigger than what we thought it was at the time.
Yeah, Sir Anthony Dominguez now starts to warm up. Desmond is 4 for 9 against Luis Garcia. Got a breaking ball, 0-1. Desmond has 1 strikeout. His 4 hits are all singles. And a liner out to left field. That'll drop for a hit. Story holds up at third base, so the tying run is now coming to the plate. 3 straight singles to begin the 9th inning. And the bases are loaded. As Tom Murphy is due up. All right, so no pitching change as Rick Kranitz is coming out to talk to Luis.
It's all right. We got 4 left. Hope we don't use them.
Murphy has never faced Luis. This is the bottom of the order for the Rockies. They'll use a pinch hitter.
Yeah, I don't think this is more of a let's go over a scouting report on Murphy. It's more of a
let's go.
Settle Luis down a little bit.
Rick is always animated when he goes out there, isn't he?
Well, it's rarely a good situation when the pitching coach goes out to the mound. It's rarely to tell a guy he's doing great.
Johnny Padres would.
Well, yeah, we questioned that one too. I forget who it was. They even looked at him like, what the heck are you watching? Mark Davis, I think. No, you're throwing the ball great. You got great stuff. What are you watching?
Jimmy's upset in the dugout,
yeah,
but
Jimmy made me come out.
So now Murphy, and he lines it to right field, a base hit. 1 run will score. They'll play station to station baseball. 4 consecutive singles for the Rockies. And this is getting dicier by the moment. Chris Iannetta is coming up. It's a 5-2 game. Murphy with 3 hits tonight. And here comes Gabe Kapler. Wow, 4 hits by Luis. Didn't get anybody out. And now Sir Anthony Dominguez is on to try to pick up the save. So a pitching change here in the top of the 9th inning. The Phillies up 5-2. Yankees, and Sir Anthony Dominguez will be the new pitcher for the Phillies, trying to pick up his 3rd save of the season. And he will face pinch hitter Chris Iannetta. Phillies had a 5-1 lead, and then Luis gave up 4 consecutive singles. Valentin's pinch hit.
Huge.
Single that drove in the run is gigantic. 1 ball, no strikes.
Now, the thing is, unless you turn a double play with either Iannetta or Lemahieu, you're going to get to Blackmon.
Yep.
And quite possibly back to Arenado. Pretty good right there, 100%.
Sure is.
How much better you can get, but
off the outside corner, and now 2-1.
Tell you what, Iannetta's got to be sitting there thinking, man, I sat here 4 hours for this. 98 with cut.
And a line drive base hit to center field. 1 will score, possibly 2. They hold Desmond. It's now 5-3. 5 consecutive singles. Well, that's the first inherited runner he's allowed to score. Give Iannetta credit. As John alluded to, it's not easy coming off the bench and hitting against that.
Now that one didn't cut. That one ran back in on the hands of Iannetta. And, Chris Iannetta is a guy that can be short and quick to the ball. He's not trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. And just take what they give you.
Cuevas is on the pinch run.
Here's the thing. They think they're winning this game.
Well, let's take that thought out of their mind.
Yeah. You hadn't had many good at bats today. A lot of grounders, so let's hope we can get another one.
1 for 4. He went, says Jeff Kellogg.
We'll take it.
Phillies may have gotten a break on that. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. He went back with a slider.
Yeah, he's getting. LeMahieu's getting like a really long stride, but he's bailing too. And then we saw it. He hit a couple rollover grounders to the left side to swing and bunt, and a grounder to short, and they're all balls that are away that he's trying to pull.
Yeah, you're right about that. You can see that even on that swing. So maybe you try to dot it in the outside part.
Yeah. I mean, normally he's very good at going the other way.
Blackmon on deck. First time they're seeing Dominguez. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody out here in the top of the 9th. 2 runs are in. And a breaking ball hit in the air to left field. Hoskins going back. He has room. Desmond tags. He'll come home to score. And it's now 5-4. And an out is recorded. And wow, did the Phils get away with one there.
Wow.
So a sacrifice fly.
I thought that was out.
That was a hanger.
Yeah, it was.
I gotta say, I think I would have tried to dot that fastball.
Oh man. Well, now here's the fun.
Yeah, so you got Blackmon, and you might possibly, unless you get a double play, face Arenado with the tying run at second base. Blackmon is 1 for 4. And a line drive toward right field. Altair going back. He'll make the catch, and everybody's got to go back. They were all halfway, the 2 runners halfway or 3/4 2 outs here in the 9th inning.
Tell you what, they haven't missed many barrels this inning.
They have not.
Wow. Yeah, the runners, their job is to score. Look, even if they tag and they get second and third, what's that going to do to you?
You'll walk Arenado.
Well, you would think. We thought they were going to walk Yelich the other day too.
That is true. Arenado tonight is 0 for 4. We had mentioned after his last at bat that maybe we had seen the last of him, but that's not the case.
Nope.
3 runs have scored in the inning for the Rockies. And the pitch to him on the outside corner, 0-1. He went with the slider. It hasn't been as crisp a pitch tonight as it has been in the past for Sir Anthony Dominguez, but he got one there. And another one, 0-2. $19,000 plus popping to their feet. No balls and 2 strikes to Arenado. And the pitch in the dirt. And it's 1-2. Aaron Nola went 6 2/3. He allowed 4 hits and 1 run. He struck out 10. Ramos allowed an inherited runner to score, but that was it. Tommy Hunter had a dominant inning. Garcia, well, he scuffled tonight, and now it's Dominguez. One ball and 2 strikes. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. And the Phils hang on and win it 5-4 as they take game 1 against the Colorado Rockies. What a gutsy call by Roberto Ortiz to not seek help and make the call on his own. Well, take a peek at it. They wanted it outside. It came inside. And Arenado, I think he went around, John.
Yeah, well, whatever the so-called hypothetical definition is of a check swing, I mean, yeah, that's a swing.
Wow. Well, the Phils, they hang on. Scott Kingery had a big hand in tonight's victory. He had 4 RBIs, including a 3-run home run, which is our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Yeah, Scotty was aggressive early in the count. Took a couple good swings at John Gray, and then all of a sudden he got a fastball that just stayed center of the plate, delivers it into left center field, over the fence in left center field for a 3-run homer, and he's down on the field with our Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you very much, John. Yeah, and I know that 3-run homer that got the Phils on the board early in this game felt good for you. It's been a little bit of time since you've had one leave the ballpark, but how important was it to get off to a quick start against these guys?
I mean, that's how you want to start a series, especially against a good team like this. If you can be the first team to score, and after, Nola did a great job of shutting him down with the guy on third right before that, just kind of gives us some momentum.
Your home run came with 2 outs. Jesmuel's late came with 2 outs, 2-out runs. We talk about it all the time, but man, they are so important to keep that momentum going.
Oh, definitely. If you got a guy in scoring position with 2 outs, that's the biggest hit of the game. You need to drive those guys in, find a way, just grind it out, and get that run across, because you never know what run's gonna win the game.
You settled in nicely at shortstop, but you played so many positions on the field. But I would imagine no matter where you're standing, watching Aaron Nola pitch, it's always a pretty good seat, right?
Right, it doesn't matter where you're standing. That guy just deals every time. He's unbelievable, and, I'm happy that he's on our team.
All right, Scotty, way to start the series off on the right foot. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. Here's the final out. Nolan Arenado got 3 sliders, or 4 sliders, I should say. And the 4th one was the money pitch, as he is called out by the home plate umpire. And the Phils hang on and win it 5-4. Dominguez the save. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.